Hello, everyone. I hope that we have all been well. I know I've been a bit MIA. I mean, have I? I feel like this is a good amount of time, a good distance between episodes. Maybe, maybe not. I do have notes today, so I'm fucking organized. So get ready, bitches. I'm excited. Woof. What the fuck have I been up to? I hope, again, that you all have been doing great, enjoying the sun, enjoying the summer. You know what? Before I get too far, let me go and get my water, because I know that my ass is going to be talking and I'm going to be parched. Okie doke. All set. Well, I guess to say that I've had some big life changes would be an understatement. Me and my boyfriend have decided to embark on van life. We are very excited. We plan, to start, oh, hello cat. We plan to start here in the next few months. We're excited for downsizing, saving money, experiencing the fucking world finally. He's my cat sniffing the phone. Go sit down. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of shocking, and I'm trying to let it sit with me a bit, because I have always wanted to do this ever since I was 14. So for almost 10 years now, I've been fascinated with the idea of van life. I've been fascinated with the fact that people are traveling all around like nomads. I think I'm sure everybody's kind of caught my vibe on here. You would know that that's ideal for me. To be not, I guess, constricted into society's expectations. And that's actually kind of what this podcast today is about, which I'll get into that in a minute, hence my notes. And I don't really like conforming. I don't like the expectation. And I really would rather work on myself in my life, my future life with my future husband and children. I'd rather do that because it seems way more fulfilling than working for somebody for 50 years to get a 401k. Because at this point, I don't really think it matters. I don't know. I'm still fucking shocked by it. Like, I'm sitting here stunned. I actually have started a new form of therapy that was actually started today. I have a licensed therapist who also specializes in like holistic stuff. So that meeting today was absolutely phenomenal. She's also a medium, so like she would do like. Sometimes I've been a bit skeptical of shit like this, but like with what we had talked about and how we matched up and like I'm totally on board, and I'm really, really excited for the future with this therapist. I'm still continuing my other therapy as well, so I'm doubling down on it. I'm trying to get prepped for a yard sale to sell our shit. And move out of this bitch's house. I'm not living with anybody besides my boyfriend, but we rent from a family member of his, and it's been really fucking shitty. I did do a short about that, about like boundary setting and everything, and how this bitch had knocked on my front door with no notice of me. Like, I didn't know she was coming over, so it scared me, scared the cats. She has the nerve to open my back gate and come knock on my back door to just show me her puppy that I have absolutely no interest in. So it's the narcissism too, which I'm not even going to get into it, but it's like, that was just a rerun or a rundown of what had happened and why I posted that video. It's very infuriating to have my space invaded by somebody who has consistently disrespected me for over a year and a half. So no thanks. I'm so excited to move the fuck out of here. Side note, I am feeling, I know what it was, episode 16. I was talking about like PMS and endometriosis, fucking emotions when you're on your period, and I'm heading towards that timeline in my month now as well. So I'm feeling a little melancholy, but I'm trying to push through. Actually, with this therapist today, I got like diagnosed with PMDD. So that makes a lot of sense. And it's nice to just hear from somebody else that like my symptoms sound like what they sound like, you know? That's it. And I also ended up talking with her about just society a bit and big pharma and shit like that. And that's kind of where I was wanting to go today. Yeah, I mean, shit's been rocking, man. We've been getting shit done. And, I haven't really been ruminating too much on my childhood or anything, which has been kind of dope to, like, be free, and not fucking deal with that for a minute and just kind of focus on me. I mean, the anger still bubbles up there, here and there, but it's still definitely better than what it was. I think I'm just, like, I have my sights set on something, so it definitely is way easier to be focusing on your life when... I think it's easy to focus on your life when things are going good or bad. But when things are going good and you have a plan, you're not really focused on all the other bullshit because you're focused on the future and the present. And that's kind of where I want to live. I mean, there's really no reason to be living in the past. I mean, reminiscing about nice things is always cool. Having memories is dope. But like, I'm trying to move past that. So I feel pretty proud of myself. I've been working pretty hard on taking care of myself. I've been keto, low carb, and that's been doing me very well. I've lost a lot of weight. I feel good for the most part. I had some sinus issue shit, but I actually got like a CT for it. I went to the doctor. They gave me some shit. That's working good, which usually anything anybody gives me doesn't work. So that's nice. Just been like in the mode of fully fucking taking care of myself, and it feels good to do that. And also working on my relationship with my partner, because at the end of the day, that's kind of all that matters, But I guess to kind of dive into the topics of today, I had a therapy session with my current therapist. Actually, I have the date on July 14th, and I wanted to record this a little bit ago, but we ended up doing so much shit for van life and everything, so it just got kind of pushed back. And I even like dated it 10:30. We were talking about like the weakening of society and the lack of talk about it. And I guess in my day-to-day life, I get a little perplexed by, this is by no means an insult because I myself have times where I am one. I get perplexed by the simpletons, the people that are just going along with this as if everything's fine and or like there's nothing they could be doing about it. The best example I'll give is like boomers taking one pill for their other pill and never coming to the conclusion that maybe taking all these fucking pills is going to kill you, and never having the thought occur to them that maybe there might be an herb that could work, like in the midst of all your other pills, you could try something else that maybe is more natural. It's like, I guess what I'm saying is generations before Gen Z and Gen Alpha, whatever the fuck they're called, have had their blinders on and have completely been brainwashed by media, by big pharma, by the government to be doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And we can all understand that it's control, right? Like it's control, but to the level of which it's at now, I'm really, really not okay with it. And I guess I'm going to die on this stance of like, the government doesn't give a fuck about you. It's all about money. It's all about money. War, money. Politics, money. Big pharma, money. So, and I think it's literally like the biggest problem I have, of course, is the government, and if it's infiltrated in everything, right? But I think my biggest thing is with big pharma, because as somebody that has had chronic health issues, I've been fooled by this system to think that these people are genuinely trying to help me. It's like, I can't even, like I told you, I went to that doctor's appointment, right, for my sinus issues. And I can't even tell you, like, how I felt just going there and, like, hearing all these people talk about their problems. It's just, like in the waiting room and shit like that. I hate it. I hate going to the doctor because I know it's a paycheck. Like, I hate having to go because I know that I'm paying big pharma. I think, like, I had a scope done on my stomach, like, a couple months ago, and they didn't find shit. Like, nothing. But yet they put me out, they use these drugs, they fucking, they how much money? I think, I actually got the bill for that. I'm going to say conservatively, I think it could have been 20 grand plus or minus a couple grand. I'm not going to say for certain. It's like, that's how much money, like, people are getting for shit, you know? And it's just, if we're finding nothing, it's like, it's fine you didn't find anything. I'm like, I'm glad you didn't find anything, right? But, because then what would they have done? Pump me full of fucking more drugs. So, I don't know. I guess Big Pharma is really, really making me angry because, like I said, as somebody with chronic health issues, as somebody who's seen her family members go through things with chronic health issues, and all they're doing is taking pills, it's like, it's just poison at the end of the day. It's like, of course, there's some necessities. I'm not going to say that there isn't, you know, and there is, like, I take medication. I know that, you know, like I take my Adderall. I take, you know, they just gave me this sinus medicine, which I'm trying for 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not necessarily happy about it, but I understand if it's something that is helping me, and I've tried a lot of other things that are holistic, then maybe this is something that I need to take. You know, it's a necessary evil to a certain degree, but it's the lack. I mean, I think I might have talked about this in one of my last episodes. I'm not sure, but Rockefeller or whoever the fuck, I'm pretty sure it's Rockefeller, or what? No, it's not Carnegie. No. Anyway, one of the old fucks, one of the old white dudes, way back when, creator of shit. He didn't like the fact that people were holistic. They didn't like herbalists. He didn't. He's done with it. He wanted to make money. So he, I'm butchering this, right? But I think it all makes sense regardless. Basically made them estranged so that he could sell these petroleum-based fucking medicines. And when you look at everything, it's like, why the fuck is this in this? You know, I seriously can't fucking fathom how much bullshit is added within our medicines, in our foods, in everything. And it's truly disgusting. Like, I mean, when you look at things like the plastics, like this is one thing. It's like these manufacturers, everything is about money. Everything is about money. So they make things cheaper or more appealing when they're fucking shitty for you. It's like, I think about, Tupperware for the longest time. People, I myself, in my whole childhood, we heated up Tupperware in the microwave. It's like, I'm literally inserting microplastics into my fucking food and eating them. Teflon pans. My mom had these scratched up fucking flaky Teflon pans that we cooked in. And it'd be black shit in my fucking food, and then I would eat it. It's crazy. And of course, nobody was going to tell you that, right? You can look it up and it's there. But because of how we're living as simpletons and just doing what we're supposed to be doing, doing what we're told, it's, you don't bother to look it up. But it's like, that makes so much sense. Like, genuinely. Put plastic in microwave. First off, microwaves in general, right? But put plastic in heated thing, eat out of the plastic. Not great. We've all had that fucking bite that tastes like plastic, man. So it's like, it's just crazy, and the fact that, like, I get it, materials are expensive, right? But like cast iron pans, stainless steel pans, all this shit's more expensive than those cheap Teflon pans. It's just very, very disappointing. It's very, very annoying to be told your whole entire life by your family, by society, that you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, when really it doesn't even get you anywhere. The system's been broken. So this whole go to school and then try and get, the opportunities are gone. And then everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. It's like, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. So I'm really glad to see the fact that, blue collar jobs are coming back. And homesteading, farming, canning, all this shit. But it truly is baffling to me that we've been told a fucking lie our whole entire lives, and you think something's going to pay off and it fucking doesn't, because you can go to school, you can go and get, first off, you may or may not be able to get the job that you had went to school for, but it doesn't matter, because the entry level of years and years and years that you're going to have to do for that job, none of that money is going to match up to what you need to buy, what your apartment costs, all the shit. It doesn't work. It does not work anymore. And then also, I guess I might be taking this a bit personal, because I have a moment in my life where, my boyfriend's family had told me, over fucking Christmas dinner that I should really think about going to school. It really gets my foot in the door. It's like, I don't really know what time I would have had to go to school or the time that I have now. When I'm taking care of my, drunk mom, nobody ever talked to me about college. It's like, that's the shit that people don't understand. It's like, when you grow up poor, when you grow up in the hood, or when you grow up with people that didn't have when you grew up with people that didn't have aspirations or goals and are just, cogs in the wheels, and they're just a victim to the system, they're going to tell you the same shit that they were told from generation to generation, but it doesn't work anymore. So nobody actually, or they don't tell you to even go to college. It's like, I was advised to, but nobody helped me. Nobody sat down with me and tried to figure it out. Nobody was going to go to, they could have possibly, I didn't go, but like college visits and shit, it's like, that didn't work for me. And then I'm now 23. Like, this is when everybody that I went to high school with is like graduating from college, right? Like, and I'm good. I'm just fine, because I just don't, there's no way, like, I know now with the way that my brain operates that there's no way that I would have been able to fucking do it. I would have been miserable though. And I think that is what pisses me off the most, is that every generation before me has continuously told me that, yeah, you're going to be miserable, but money. It's like, yeah, but you're not going to like it, but you're going to have to do things you don't like. It's like, am I? It's like, sure. I'm going to have to do laundry, dishes, fucking change dirty diapers, sit down and have talks with my kids about difficult topics, have my fucking car break down a day before Thanksgiving. It's like, I am fine dealing with chaos and shitty things. But why would I put myself in situations where I know it's not going to pay off? It's like, I'm not going to work someplace for 25, 30, 40, 50 years just to get some stupid fucking pension. And then at the end of the day, you have to fucking ration it because nobody has enough money. And then, of course, the economy changes all the fucking time. So all the lies I was told my whole life, and then how it was absolutely unacceptable, basically, to be neurodivergent and to not want to do these typical things, and not to be encouraged to do things that you wanted to do. It's like, I will say that my mom believed I could be an actress, for sure. And she thought I was good at it. She told me. Nice, thanks, good memory, right? But, then why, when I was a kid, did I feel so, there was lots of reasons I didn't fucking, go, like, for school plays and shit like that. I usually did camp shit. But, because it's, again, infiltrated by PTA fucking moms. Kids with their moms on PTA, they're gonna do fucking, oh, I'll bring the snacks, I'll do this. It's like, my mom is a single mom who fucking works. I'm a latchkey kid. So I'm not going to get these parts. And everything is like that. Everything is still based on what you can give, what your parents can give. And then that determines what you can get out of it. Being a good person and doing the right thing, being a little broke and having a mom working, but being really talented, that might not get you what you want in that school play, because this chick's mom does PTA and she's been put in ballet classes and theater camps and all this shit her whole entire life. But there might be someone else that doesn't really have that experience, but that's still good. It's the same thing of people with seniority, right? Over the new people that are getting degrees. It's like, people are getting fucking booted out of their jobs when they've been doing them for 15, 20, 30 fucking years, because some new person is coming in and they've got a fancy degree. You know what I mean? It's very disappointing, and it's discouraging, because my generation really doesn't have that much of a fighting chance. Like, I think there could be. I'm not going to sit here and be a complete downer, but like, fuck, right? Like, what in the hell? Why? Like, and also, why is it that, I guess it's the narcissism that lays dormant in these boomers that are still controlling things, and still taking opportunity. And then, the Gen X generation that is just also kind of boomery and has narcissism. They're just still perpetuating this expectation of what you should be doing, what your life should be, and how things are, when it's not true anymore and it doesn't work. And they're not even able to hear another side of things. So I think that what needs to happen, it just needs to be an open dialogue about these issues, because the things that we were taught They don't make sense. I mean, the indoctrination just in general of the fucking school system. It's like, it's crazy. I don't know. I didn't know how to do my laundry. I don't know. I still don't know how to do my taxes. People don't know how to cook. People don't know how to clean. People don't know how to do shit because all they taught you in school is bullshit fucking history, which is cool because history repeats itself and it's definitely valuable. And I'm learning Pythagorean theorem instead of, how I should speak on the phone with somebody when I'm trying to get a loan. Nobody teaches you the practical things because they want you to have to pay for that later for somebody to do it. And it's so fucked up. They don't want thinkers. They want workers. That's what we're programmed to do. That's why they're fucking pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to get all of this unrealistic shit done, especially with people with shitty home lives, neurodivergence, anything on that scale, autism, ADHD, or they're just not interested in that subject, and it's just pushing them and you're breaking them down. You're breaking them fucking down. And that's exactly what they want. So I look at the fucking the jail system. I watch a lot of videos about that. It's like, it's so fucking corrupt. Again, money. It's money. And then at the end of the day, a lot of prisons, inmates run the jail. Inmates run the prison. Not the corrections officers. And I mean, there's a lot of fucking fucked up people in there, right? But I don't fucking blame them because they don't give a fuck. They don't care. Nobody cares about your needs. Nobody cares about that shit. So I'm not saying all criminals deserve, a fair shot of everything. Of course not. Fuck no. But it's, and then there's like gangbangers in there. There's all these horrifying people, and then we're just putting mentally ill people in with them. And then they're being controlled, or then they're getting murdered, then they're getting sexually assaulted, they're getting raped. It's like. And it's of course, you still broke the law, even though you're mentally ill or you were on drugs, but what's going on is it's a mental health crisis. It's a fucking mental health crisis. Everyone, if we're it's our shit's coming back to bite us. Because if you're looking at, I'm sure everyone that's listening has a fucking family member that's probably a narcissist. Boomer fucking generation. They raised your parents. Now you're here. Or you are Gen X itself. Fucking narcissism. And then that's the childhood trauma. Everybody has something. To the degree of how much it fucks you up, that can be interchangeable within every person. But childhood trauma fucks you up. And then now there's a flood of different drugs on the market. I mean, look at everything. Look at the fucking crack, meth, fucking opioid crisis, all this shit. Big pharma, right? And now all these people are on fucking drugs and they're going crazy and they have mental problems. And sure, they got caught carrying something or they whatever. But it's like, are they really a fucking criminal or are they mentally ill and they need services? But now we don't have any loony bins. I don't know what. Maybe that wasn't making enough money for people, So they shut those down. So now nobody can get access to fucking help. And now you're putting, the jails are filled. There's all these criminals that are walking around, are doing fucked up shit, and all the beds are fucking full because of mentally ill people, which I'm not saying excuse their crime, but when you were fucking molested and raped and you're multiple times in your entire life and then you're on meth, you're going to do some questionable things. Not that they're correct. You might have been in your right mind a bit when you were doing them. So sure, you need to pay some time or whatever. But it's there needs to be a different category because these people are getting ravaged. And then it's just terrible. It's crazy. The world is so fucking fucked up. And it's baffling to just watch how the government doesn't give a fuck. Look at the Diddy shit, the Epstein shit. Look at all this stuff. And it's I wish politicians would look out for minors, not minors on an island somewhere. Oliver Anthony, Richmond, north of Richmond. That song is fucking phenomenal because it's crazy, and what our taxes pay for. It's he has another quote. Let me try and not butcher it. Because God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. It's crazy how, I'm not going to say corrupt, but how I don't know. I want to find the word that I want to use. Give me 1 second. It's crazy how twisted things are within each other, and how you look at it and it's old shit. It's shit that was created years ago, decades ago. But this world is completely different, but we're still trying to go by the same book. It's like, sure, there's things that will always fit. There's always things that'll be just how they are. But like, come the fuck on. We need a new book. We need some new laws, right? So I don't know. It's crazy. And then there's relaxed rules. There's weak laws. I think the best example to give, and this is going to get in my notes a little bit more, is, I think Tennessee and Texas, they won't let you watch like Pornhub. You have to send a picture of your ID and then if I'm wrong, comment. But this is what I've heard. You have to send your ID to the government to be able to watch porn. And it's like, not a fan myself, but like, what is that law? What's that rule? There's a million other ways to get porn. People can take different fucking IDs. Like, these are these relaxed rules, weak laws, and all it's doing is saving face. Nobody actually wants to have the mud on their face of having a problem in their state or in their country, because they don't want to look weak. It's all about optics. It's all optics. And it's like, if we could just get over that and realize shit's not going to be perfect. I mean, that's a great argument for Trump. I don't love the nigga. He's not my favorite person at all. But there's good and bad to everybody. And for someone to I have to like him to vote for him. It's like, no, because you don't know any of these people. It's like, I saw a video the other day, and it's like, there was a comment that says, I love her energy. How the fuck do you know what her energy is like? Do you know how crazy motherfuckers are? That you understand that's a snippet of their life. And then, of course, the perfectionism. And, me and my boyfriend watched this video yesterday. I'll try not to divert too much into it. But it's called Pure Eternal. I probably butchered that. But it's basically, to put it in way simpler terms, this is like way dumbed, like not dumbed down, but like I'm taking a section of this that I heard from the video and now bringing it here. People, like the incel culture of it's so many fucking dudes and women, but incel people, they are watching porn and they are watching movies. They are enthralled with their phones to the point where now they don't believe that they can settle for anything less than perfect. They have this fantasy vision, and this is also something me and my boyfriend talked about. Like, we were able to look at the world through this lens, via YouTube, whatever, and be able to cultivate this fantasy life that we want. And now that we can't have that, and I also think it's an escape when you're in a traumatic household when you're growing up, to have this fantasy. But now you're realizing what the world is and what you can attain, and it's not that. So you're forever unfulfilled. And so, there might be a great guy who's maybe an incel, and he only thinks he wants a 10 out of 10 because he's watching this porn, he's doing this, he's playing these video games. And it's like, well, I'm not going to just settle. And it's like, it's not settling if you get like a 7 out of 10 and you guys play video games together. Y'all fuck good and have good meals, and she can cook and she's great with your family. It's like, that's not really settling, but it's this ideal world that we have. And the AI and the virtual and all this shit, the robots, all the cars, the self-driving cars, and the fucking entrepreneurs and the dudes with chains and fancy shit. It's like, this isn't actually reality. And everybody is getting caught up in shit that isn't real. And I myself am victim of it, but it's just crazy, and it's truly weakening society. And it's not, the thing is, it also, you do have the power to not let these things happen to you. It's very difficult though, very difficult, because there's almost incentives. There's incentives for you to do the wrong shit. Example, this is way back in I think 1930s, fucking black homes if you're a mother or father, you're African American, you're raising your kids, they were giving people and women checks to get their niggas out of their house. So like this is where, and of course it helps with people, victims of domestic violence and everything like that. But it's like, it's literally, it looked like the crack epidemic and all this shit, and of course like CIA, all that bullshit. It's like you're literally infiltrating minorities to weaken that area. And I'm not even talking about it as a race issue. It's like this is an actual fact. Like people were paying women to not have their men in the household. And it's just like, it's baffling. It's baffling to me. It's crazy that this is how much we don't care about our own people. This is how much we don't fucking care. And it's again, like relaxed rules. They're paying women to not, there's money involved. There's I'm looking for the word. Where's the word? I'm not going to say incentives. There's reasons that you can and you should do what they want you to do. It's like I have things written here that, I mean, it's a little bit different, but it still kind of pushes at the same point. It's like enabling. There we go. That's the word I want. It's enabling and creating weaker and weaker people. So, moving into something that I know I've talked about on here before, it's like this whole, social media era is crazy, and it's totally weakening people. It's weakening their minds. The biggest thing I can think of is during COVID and TikTok going crazy and everything, and all of this, trans fucking genderless, this blah, 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 whatever the fuck. And it's like, no, because this wasn't like hardly anybody was talking about this shit. I remember I learned about it in school. In sex ed, I learned about transgender people, and we all put condoms on fucking dildos. What in the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, well, they're going to fuck, so we might as well have these male teachers, which is fine. I'm not saying they're all fucking pervs. Give these students dildos and put condoms on them. Are you crazy? Are you insane? And then I'm learning about all the different genders. It's like, dude, indoctrination. I'm learning this shit. I'm a junior in high school. My brain is not formed yet. And you're putting all these crazy ass ideas in my head. It is not education. It's not fucking education. It isn't. And of course, sex ed should really be looked over because there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens. But like, God, and it's something that, we should learn. But like, also maybe there could be a pamphlet, that goes home. And of course, then you got to rely on parents, which are not reliable a lot of the time, to help their kids learn this shit. But it's like, learn about your cycle, learn about how to have safe sex, like there are ways to teach people these things, I believe. But like, what in the fuck? I don't give a fuck about the gay community. I don't care. Do what you want. I don't give a shit. Have a great life. Take care of yourself. I hope that everybody's happy. I don't care. I don't need to give a fuck about this. Because if we're looking at the majority, a majority of people, I mean, maybe now it's different, but it's like, we're not having gay sex. And then you're basically incentivizing it about having gay sex with all these colorful fucking flags, all this shit. These people that haven't fit in their whole life in high school, they might fit in with this new thing. And it's creating that along with the transgender and the sterilization of children, all this shit. It's literally creating a sterile population. And we don't think anybody's behind that? You don't think anyone's behind that shit? Kind of weird, right? Kind of odd. Kind of odd that you can get weed delivered to your door. Kind of odd that like there's fruity cocktail drinks. Like this shit didn't exist back in the day. And now kids are like, ooh, this is delicious. And I get drunk. Kind of weird that there's these smokable cotton candy things that everyone's fucking using in high school, immediately deteriorating their lungs at the age of 15. Like, oh, it's super easy. You can just like type up Pornhub and you can watch people fuck. You know, in social media, it's like you can just watch people go to El Salvador or fucking Peru. You can just watch them. You don't need to go. I got it right here. And I'm not saying this is that's exactly what they're saying. It's like that's what is happening. People are using their phones as their best friends, you know? And so all of this is just weakening society. It's creating a sterile generation, and it's scary. And it's scary. And the scariest part to me is that there's adults that are allowing this. There are literal, oh my God, I've seen so many fucked up videos. There are parents that are encouraging their children to be transgender, get on hormones. It's insane. It is insane. And now you have the videos of the detransitioners coming out. You got, it's so crazy. And then you have, it's like, I'm sorry, if I see a dude with a beard walk into the woman's bathroom and then he claims me, no, fuck off. Fuck you. No, not doing this, especially when I have kids and shit. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then who's that one chick dude? Tortino, whatever. Lisa Tortino, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not even gonna say her. Sorry, my bad. Fucking brainwashing. He's fucking taking pictures in the women's bathroom and then talking about genitalia and shit with underage kids via live stream. It's like, yeah, you know what? What's going on, like I already said, it's a fucking mental health crisis. And the thing is the government doesn't fucking care because they're selling shit. They're making money. And I'm not saying that it's the government's responsibility, but to a certain degree, it is. All of these things, you know, there might be certain laws passed and stuff like that, but it's just Band-Aids. It's Band-Aids over shit. And the crazy part is, like I said before, it's optics. And I guess this is like some sort of like somewhat like middle of the road, slight right wing fucking rant. But like, people, it's all fucking Band-Aids. It's Band-Aids over things because, like I said, right, I'm getting back on topic. It's optics because you may want to pass a law that says you can't have transgender dudes in women's sports, but then here come the libs, then here come the Dems, you know, and they're saying that you're basically, and the amount of power they have is absolutely crazy. But now they're saying, you know, well, that means that you're homophobic. It's like, no, I just, you know, how, like, there's separate women and men's prisons. Because, you know, people will get beaten up. You know, like, playing volleyball with a 6-foot dude and me is pretty different, you know? And, you know, I saw this other video of, like, I think Kyle actually told me about it. He said, you know, that this mom got angry at this dad because his dad had a son, and he was telling his son, be gentle, she's a girl, you can't play with her that rough, right? Which is true. Sure, I was one of those kids, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate that you were maybe a girl that played rough with the boys, but at a certain point, you couldn't play with them anymore. They got big. Like, it's literal science. It's the makeup of human beings. And then this mom got all pissed. Well, what does that mean? It's like, fine, let my son run your fucking daughter over. How about that? How the fuck does that work? You know, does that work well for you? So he can just like plummet her into the fucking ground, pummel. You know, dude, it's crazy. None of it makes sense, and everything is so emotional based. So I think the weakening and then the feminization of the United States is something I talk about a lot, and it's just, what I mean by feminization, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think people are just way too sensitive. And it's because we're told that we need to be to certain people, when really, if you look back, we were the strongest country and the most loving, I think, of each other when we told each other what the fuck was up. You know, now we're preserving falseness instead of truth. You know, it's just bizarre. It's very interesting to watch. It's interesting to come up in this generation and have these old societal expectations, but you're looking around and everything's different. It's like you're walking through a fucking fun house, you know? It doesn't make any sense. And, you know, to like not even have a fighting chance financially, you know, I mean, everybody's living at home. Everybody. Nobody can afford anything. And but yet, and go to school. It's like, okay, what about the people that don't have parents that they can live with and they can't afford to go to school because they need to go to work? You know? So, I don't, it's crazy. My question is, like, thinking about, like, media, social media, and the AI shit. It's like, we know that this shit's bad. So why aren't we doing anything about it? We choose to do nothing about it. Why? Why? You know? And I'm not saying I know the answer. I'm not saying I know the answer at all. I just find it baffling. Yeah, so that's shit that me and Kyle talk about a lot. That's shit that me and me talk about because I just sit here like stewing a little bit. You know, other friends I've chit-chatted with about this. And it's just, it comes down to me, what it does come down to me is accountability. And because this boomer generation is so narcissistic, it's not something that's attainable. And speaking just in like a personal term, it's like my parents they don't take any accountability for what the fuck they did. They don't. I read you guys that fucking text message from my dad. It's like you literally excused yourself from the abandonment of your child. Excuse it. And then continue to not reach out. Which he did like 2 or 3 times saying, you know, I'm here if you want to talk, with a heart emoji and shit. And then he said, you know, the happy birthday bullshit. But it's like you're not actually fixing the problem because you don't think that you're a part of it. And that I think is where I'll leave it. You're choosing not to fix the problem because you don't believe you're a part of it. And I think that can be interpreted in so many different ways. Just so many different ways. So yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed my rant. I hope maybe you guys learned something from it. If you have questions, comments, opinions, please share them. I'm always down to talk. I love interacting with you guys. And I like that. I said thank you, but you know that episode 16 of, you know, the first part of my 4th of July crisis, that got 170 views, and a lot of people are kind of coming back and listening, so I really do appreciate the support. I am totally down to have open dialogues. I love the communication. You guys know that about me by now. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Great rest of it. Stumbling over my words here. I need to get my caffeine. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of the week. Weekend's coming up. Stay safe. And I will talk to you next time. Goodbye.